Here are some of the key indicators that your relationship may be heading towards a divorce. One of the top signs I see is a significant change in the physical intimacy in the relationship. There's no, of course, bright line rule here that you should be engaging in intercourse X amount of times per week. But if you're noticing that the trend of the relationship is trending significantly downward and you're now going long periods of time without having that physical intimacy in the relationship, it may be a good indicator that there are issues you guys should discuss or talk about if you want to avoid working towards a dissolution. Another key indicator that your marriage may be heading towards a divorce is a lack of good communication in the relationship. And here I'm talking about the small things. I'm talking about the conversations that you're discussing on a continuing basis, the finances, how we should discipline the children, the things that come up on a regular basis that you just cannot agree on. If you guys are arguing about those things and you're realizing that you're arguing multiple times a week and it just keeps getting worse, your relationship may be going down the path of heading towards a divorce. Another huge indicator that your relationship may be heading towards a divorce are the big life decisions that we can't agree on. So the things like whether or not we want to have another child, whether or not we want to move to another state for that job opportunity that your spouse got. When we see these massive life decisions come up and we see couples that are unable to work through those together and to stay a joint team while trying to make those big decisions together, we typically see those cases end up working towards divorce. Another very big indicator that your case may be heading towards a divorce is when we're seeing this sort of increase and progression of domestic violence in the relationship. And I don't want to sound like that's going to start with physical domestic violence. It often starts with mental domestic violence. It often starts with verbal domestic violence. The small arguments start to get worse. The parties start raising their voices at each other. Perhaps we're throwing things at each other. Then we start to see some degree of physical involvement between the parties. If you're finding that in your relationship, you're feeling it get worse and worse and worse, and you're feeling those issues get more and more serious, it may be a key indicator that your relationship is heading towards a divorce. These are some of the top indicators that your relationship may be heading towards a divorce. If you have any questions about these or you feel that your relationship may be heading in that direction, get in contact with the team at Desert Legal Group. We have some experienced attorneys who could help guide you through that process.